I am getting way behind on my M2 videos. As of filming this late June 2016, we've got quite a few M2s that have been kind of sitting by the wayside waiting to get reviewed. Well, better now than never, right? Some really cool things. Some of this stuff you're not going to find in your local stores all that easily. Some of it you will. Probably the easiest thing to find is the Auto Truck series. Currently we've got R34 here, so that's release 34. We're going to be reviewing all 6 vehicles, opening them all up. And I think currently we're on R35 now. You can find in your stores if you're right up to date. I haven't seen any in mine yet, but we've also got the Auto Drivers, just a few of those, a couple choice pieces. And some more of the Auto-Authentics, or I believe those are the Auto-Authentics, yeah. These are the premium edition vehicles. We'll be opening those up as well. And there's a few different releases. We've got R32 and a full set of R33s. We've also got the wild card trucks. These trucks are pretty hard to find. I had to buy these off eBay. And then going all the way across the board here, we've got the Auto-lifs. We've got 3 of the newest release Auto-lifs. And also one of these Auto Wheels M2 things where it comes with a screwdriver, various axles. The Auto-lifs are pretty cool. You can see some of the trucks there. So if you have time, stick around for an opening party. We're going to get all these things, well, most of them cracked out anyways, maybe not all of them, but definitely all the ones in the boxes. Some of the clamshells will be left closed, such as those Auto-lifs. And the reason being is I just don't have anywhere to put these vehicles other than on my wall right now next to some older Auto-lifs from M2, so I think that'll kind of look nice up on the wall there with those. Starting off this video with some Auto-lifs. These are not available in Canada, not in any of the large retail stores that I'm aware of anyways. Really neat packaging here. These things weigh a good couple pounds, probably a good 5 pounds or so. And what you're getting is 2 all die-cast vehicles with a die-cast metal lift, the Auto-lif, and a plastic platform base. Little information on the unique colors and graphics displayed on these, blah blah blah. We're after the vehicles, not the words, right? So, one of my favorite castings from M2 is this Ford Falcon Club Wagon van. And it also comes out in a panel van, so that's the one. We're not going to open that up just right now because, like I said. So also we've got the Auto-lif 1969 Ford F100 Ranger truck from R14. There is a lot of releases of these Auto-lifs, so that's the 14th set. I think there's normally 3 or 4 different vehicle or packages, 6 vehicles in total for each release, and these have been released over a number of years now. But as you can see, we've got a very attractive looking black and copper Ford on top and a rather hideous pink one on the bottom. Well, to each their own. I don't mind it that much, but I would definitely take the black one over the pink one. And then the other Auto-lif, the last one I have for right now, I think there may have been one other release, was this Studebaker 2R truck. This is a vehicle that M2 has had on heavy rotation as far as paint schemes and releases. And as much as I like it, I think I've got enough Studebaker 2Rs. So if you're listening, M2, we need more vehicles, you know, like the 69. Get a camper on the back here or something like that. You know, what Greenlight's done. Diversify your collection and get us collectors, you know, hoarders even, to buy more of this stuff, because when I stop wanting to buy things, such as any more Studebakers, you know there's trouble. Now the other vehicles that I never find in my local stores here in Canada are these wildcard pickup trucks. Well, certainly these ones, because I imagine these were probably somewhat hard to find in all of your American locations, just because they are so cool. Like, for the price, you're getting a beautiful clear Lexan case, which we may or may not be able to open on camera without breaking something. Ah, there we go. They're tight. This is a really nice truck. Let's zoom in and have a look at it if we can. Beautiful detailed engine. Nicely closing hood. And then it's got the doors that open and close. The old Chevy, what do they call that? The cameo back there? I'm not quite sure. It's on a platform that needs to come off with some Phillips screws, so let's get that done right now. There you go. PH0 from Mastercrap. And now the truck, now that we've got the screws removed, the truck is released from its plastic. Great presentation on these vehicles. Lots of intricate parts and details, quality paint, quality Tampa work. For the most part, very good quality closing doors and hoods and whatnot too, so that's always a bonus. At this scale, it is rather difficult for the manufacturers to make a perfect piece, and they come very close to it in my opinion for the most part. And the next piece, we've got the 59 Chevy Apache Fleetline. Let's get that one cracked out. Let's take a little zoom in. The first thing that I noticed right off the bat about this truck is the steely painted wheels. Loving those black steely painted wheels. Again, another very detailed engine under the bonnet or hood. Opening and closing doors. Again, for the most part, pretty tight. Nice looking vehicle. Very proportionate. This one is not a dragster like the other one that we saw. Let's just zoom out a bit and check out the tire width difference of these two vehicles. As they call it in the drag racing world, this GMC, or what was the Chevy? One or the other. GMC, it's been tubbed. This one is tubbed right out. Look at the box. Actually, they've used the same similar type box on both of them to allow for that, but this one clearly does not require the tubbed out box that the GMC does. Different boxes altogether on these vehicles. Otherwise, very similar. Probably a reuse of the casting, but this goes to show how great M2 is at giving you a variety of vehicles that basically use the same body mold and did in history. So you can see we've got the different grills, completely different grills and bumpers. This one's got the little cones that stick out. This one's just a commercial flat bumper. This one has Chevrolet on it. This one goes up in a little mouth type piece, and it's just completely different. Check out the engines under the hood. Pretty much exactly the same actually, so I'm not really up on these vehicles 100% to know if they should be exactly the same, but these are custom vehicles by the looks of it anyways. And there you have it. Pretty cool trucks. These have been out for quite a few months now, so if you're after them, check the old eBay is what I always recommend. Well, seeing that we just looked at some trucks from M2, it probably makes sense to continue on that path and look at a few more trucks. We've got from R34, release 34 in the Auto Truck series right there, the 1969 Ford F-250 Contractor Special. You can get that one cracked out in just a second, but we'll quickly go through each one. There's 6 in total. We've also got the 59 Ford Falcon Club Wagon with the windows. I bought 2 of that one, so we'll put that aside. I also bought 2 of the Contractor truck. I must be very partial to those ones. And then we've got, of course, the Chevy Apache Stepside from 1958. We're going to crack that one open too. Very nice packaging on these two, of course. If you don't want to crack them open, it's really not a big deal. There's all sorts of different options when you're collecting M2, so leave that up to you. We've got, what have we got here? The 1966 Dodge L600 tow truck with the Dodge sales and service tampos on it in a kind of a pale green. Pretty cool. Coming out of the manufacturer display case, which I took right from Walmart when I bought the whole set. We've got the Again, a 49 Studebaker 2R. We've also got the 1960 Ford C600. Now, due to the number of vehicles we're looking at today, we'll just take a brief look at each of these vehicles loose. What a cool looking van. No opening parts on this one, of course, but extremely detailed as all these are. One of my favorite features of this one is the little Ford emblems or writing on the hubcaps. And of course, you know, the same type of extremely detailed tampo work that we're accustomed to seeing on these vehicles. The what was this one again? The F-250. It's got the opening doors and whatnot, so you know you've got quite a nice little interior in there. Of course, detailed hood with radiator, engine, clear lights on the front. These things are all metal, put together with Phillips screws, same as all M2. So it's a nice commercial contractor special, as that one was called. And then this one's another variation of the GMCs and the Chevys we were looking at earlier. It's got the, what is that, flare side box of sorts on the back, flare side fenders. This one's got the opening hood, same as the other one, opening doors. Two-tone interior on this one. Great details, of course, those little tail lights that are just amazing that they can get these things on there and get them to stay. Two-tone hubcaps even. And fully modifiable. These pickup trucks, the box is separate than the cab, so you know you can take the tow truck, for instance, take this piece off and take the two screws off it, put it on the other vehicle. Dodge has some wicked details, including the air horns on the top, the tow hooks on the front bumper, and the little signal lights right there. Clear headlights. Really cool stuff. Real rope in the tow system, the tow pulleys. Haven't actually got that to pull anything yet, but that's alright. And the other thing too is that back tow piece will fit perfectly on this truck, as we've seen it before. They mix these up quite a bit. So again, this box is removable. You can see it's got the two screws on the bottom, so you could easily remove this box and turn it back into just a hauler if you like, instead of the pickup version. Lots of details on this one as well. Kind of goes without saying, really. Probably could drop that sentence from my videos around this time. And the Studebaker 2R, nice little hood emblem on the front of it. You can see it's got opening doors, opening hood. Very nicely painted engine. And the door's open, it's got the little lights on the back. It's even got a little hitch on it. Little trailer hitch, although I'm not sure you could hook anything up to that. So there you go. That's those, and we've got a lot more to look at here. As for the Detroit Muscle series, these are a premium edition. Lots of detail on them. I do have two from the R32 series, so we'll just quickly crack those open right now. I've opened up all of these Detroit Muscle packages that we looked at briefly at the start of the video. Two of the cars I've got loose here to show you them in detail, and then the other set, the R33 set, I've got here in the cases just temporarily to show different options for displaying these things. If you're so inclined, you can leave them in the cases and stack the cases up. The only thing I might note about stacking these cases, however, is that they don't really lock in place, so you know they're easy to fall over. You get them too high and they'll just topple. But nice little display feature. Just a quick once over of the case itself. Every premium edition M2 car comes with one of these diamond plate top Lexan cases with two screws holding the car to the base. And usually one door is open, and the hood is open if it opens. So just a quick look at that, but let's get them completely loose, because this is the way I like to display them. These are the R32 release cars, and we're looking at, what are we looking at here? A Plymouth Cuda, 69 Plymouth Cuda 440. Let's see if we can get some crisp clarity as we look at this car. Loving these steel wheels with the red line tires. Painted gauges on the dashboard even. Great details all the way around. One big piece of transparent plastic for the taillight with a silver painted insert, and even, this is something that's hard to see with just your eyeballs. You can see it even says Barracuda right on the back there in super small writing. Give you a little bit of a scale. Here is my smallest Phillips screwdriver for getting these things apart. Reverse lights. Yada yada yada. You know where I'm going with this. These things are awesome. M2 really deserves all the credit they get for these cars. So there's that one, and then the other one we're looking at already that's loose is the 71 Dodge Charger with 383 big block. 383 big block under the hood. Nice little spoiler there. Chin spoiler, I was about to say. Beautiful, beautiful rims. Look at that brown interior with the black dashboard. That's really cool. It's got a matte finish on the Lando part of the roof. The vinyl covered part of the roof it's not a glossy white. It's you can hear the difference. It's really cool how they've gotten such detail. Let's see if we can capture that on camera. It's even got the delineating chrome on it, painted silver. Extremely small painting of that. So that's one thing with these cars. It's easy to, in my opinion, to overlook some of the amazing details of the cars when they're hidden in these boxes. So I encourage you to open them up, because even if you want to put them back, it's certainly an option that you can do quite easily. Save the 2 screws, just keep the box somewhere, you put it back in. You can even keep the cardboard. I've got boxes and boxes of empty M2 cubes, as I like to call them. Oh, that one's got a bit of a wobble. That one rolls real nice. Let's get the other ones opened up. Check out this eye candy. It's really something to get them all lined up like you're in an actual car show. All have opening doors and opening hoods. Some of them have full windows on some of the doors, such as this Cutlass over here, whereas other ones have just the vent windows on the sides. Some have the windows rolled right down. They all have authentic wheels. And the ones with the two-tone body paints, these Lando roofs of sorts, also feature that textured paint on the roof, such as this one, outlined with silver paint. And we saw it again over here on the Super Bee. And the engines. Some of these ones' details are just out of this world. Decals and everything on this one. Most of them have an orange big block under the hood, silver valve covers, and black air cleaners. Some of them are silver with blue, as whatever's fitting to the car. Fords are blue usually. Chryslers often have orange, as do the Chevrolets. So there you go. We've got what do we got here? The Oldsmobile Cutlass 442, the Dodge Super Bee featuring the Hemi, 1970. These are all 1970s actually. A 1970 Chevelle SS with a 396. And we've got the Ford Mustang Mach 1 with a 351 in it. 351 Cleveland, is that right? 1970 Ford Torino Cobra. Twister Special, that one's called. And there you go. It's got the Twister decal right on the back to show you that. And lastly, the Plymouth Roadrunner. Let's just do a quick once over of each one. Shut the doors. Shut the hoods. Everything, I've already tried all these out. Even if I can't get it shut one-handed, they do shut and roll nicely. This one has to actually go over the intake on that hood, on that engine, so you gotta kind of finesse that over with both hands, I think. And the Mustang. Real plastic louvers on the back, probably removable. 49 parts on that car. That's about the highest I've seen with these M2s. They tell you exactly on every package how many parts it took to build the car. This one was 44. Not surprising that you can get up that many parts when you've got 4 headlights separate on the front of it and whatnot. Nice two-tone interior on that one, with the appropriate Super B decal on the back. Twin tailpipes. Those each are a separate part in themselves. And this is a really one of my favorite castings because of these windows. They do such a nice job. Even on the inside of the door panel, it's got speakers. Everything's, you know, pretty much where it should be for the size of the car. Quite incredible. And look at, they close so nicely. Like, you don't find this in any other in any other casting really currently on the market that's widely available to North America. Well, we've got 3 more to open up, and these are from the M2 Auto Driver series. These are the baseline M2 vehicles. They have 25 individual pieces roughly. That's still about 5 times as many as your typical Hot Wheel, so that's pretty cool. We're going to open all these up right about now. So these vehicles come with a plastic base as well, but no cube around them. No Lexan cube, 2 screws. These are not the diamond plate bases like the premium lines. And although they have separate hood pieces, the hoods don't open on these ones because there is no engine underneath. That's how they're able to achieve the cheaper price mark of the baseline vehicles versus the premium. Also, there's some other subtle details too that you might notice, such as not quite as much detailing on the front pieces. It's a little bit more basic look in some cases. But still, like full rubber spare tires and all the other little things that you normally see, just no opening doors. And I'm pretty sure these are plastic base. And there you have it. Indeed, they do have plastic bases. Still put together with screws, so you fully customize these vehicles. They roll pretty good. Lots of detail. I really like the pink one here. This is kind of a fetchy color, I would say, for the Charger. And then the GTO, Judge. Look at that bright red interior. Isn't that capital? Really cool. Nice little pieces for the collection. When you mix a few of these base vehicles in with all your other premium cars, you wouldn't even notice them being of a different number of parts and whatnot, because they do have the very same type wheels as the premium cars, pretty much. They're rubber tires with the licensed rims. And, you know, the interiors are basically the same. You might not find the two-tone colors, but pretty much the same stuff. Same type level of paint job detailing for the most part. You know, you've still got all the pinstriping and whatnot where it's supposed to be on these cars, like around the windows and the wipers and door handles, all that. And, well, the one thing I've noticed just right off the bat, does not have the separate tail lamp piece that you quite often find on these other premium line vehicles. At least it didn't on that car. But overall, if you see a few that you like and you don't mind having those in your collection, that's perfect. Or maybe your whole collection consists of these because these are too expensive or not available in your area. It's all something to consider when you're collecting M2. And I would say that the auto wheels, these are the ones with all the wheels, and if you don't have a screwdriver, quick way to get one is buy yourself a car and get a free one. And you can take them all off the bases, just like I have been doing. But yeah, you get lots of different wheel options. These cars are the same build level, I would say, as the baseline. This does not have any opening doors or anything like that. Whereas your Auto-lifts are more of a premium line type vehicle. These are the heavy ones. Well, this particular vehicle doesn't have any opening parts, but the other ones did. So, hope you enjoyed this massive M2 haul. It's been on my list of things to do for quite some time. And I'm finally glad I got around to it, because I actually have a whole bunch more coming in the mail. Just picked up a whole bunch more newer stuff on eBay, so hopefully we can get to that in a more timely manner. Anyways, happy hunting everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy your day.